Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is the show where we talk about sports with comedians. And of course, let's get ready to bring all the comics in and get the show started. First up, my man Howie Bell. Howie, how you doing, sir?
What's going on, my brother? How you doing, man?
I'm all right, I'm all right. Next up, my man Maurice Chief. Mo Chief, what's going on, Mo? How you doing?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on now?
What up, though?
Filmmaker Jason Hayes in the building too. Jay, how you doing, sir?
What up, gents?
What up? What up?
And Kev Lane in the building too, y'all. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing?
What's happening, everybody?
All right, so because it was the long weekend, and I call the Sinners Weekend forever. It'll be always known as Sinners Weekend. I want to ask before I even jump into the show. Did y'all see that movie? See this movie? All y'all see the movie?
I didn't get a chance to.
I didn't. I did not.
Okay. So I won't spoil it then. I won't.
It ain't on my it ain't on my fire stick yet. As soon as they break the fire stick and they get on there, I'm gonna watch
on, Mo.
Mo, that's horrible to say with a filmmaker on the panel too, bro.
Terrible juju.
Yeah, but you got to pick and choose what you gonna say, bro. That ain't one of the things to say. That ain't one of the things to say. All right, so let's get ready to jump into it. You guys always ask me who's gonna be first. So I top 5 sports that black people will never dominate. All right, here we go. Let me put it in the right perspective. Bam. Here we go. Top 5 sports that black we will never dominate. And I'm gonna hit you with number 5 first. For me, pickleball. I don't care what nobody says. Pickleball is not in the top 5. That's just not gonna happen. I don't see it as our sport for us to be able to want to even do that because it's a lot like tennis. But which brings me to number 4, tennis. I just don't see. I mean, granted, we have some very good black athletes who play in the sport. Yeah, I just don't see us dominating that. And that was bring me to number 3, table tennis, because table tennis is part of tennis, which is part of pickleball. So those are my top 3. And then my number 2 is got to be hockey. I just don't see us dominating hockey at all. I don't care what, never happened. And number 1 sport for me that I don't see us ever dominating, which I could be dead wrong, is soccer. I just worldwide on the worldwide clips, I see the Asians or I see the Latinos dominating, soccer more than anybody. That's just the way I see it, and I just the way I put it in that particular order, especially in the worldwide perspective. Howie Bell, how do you see the sports that black folks will never dominate?
Well, I'm gonna start with one. I got to go, with the double up, as they would say. Table tennis. Yeah, I got that one down. That's crazy. I don't think we'll ever dominate that, not because of what you said, but because Asians have been dominating that sport for so long that they got such a head start. I don't care if we started tomorrow with the best athletes in the world, we'll never catch up to table tennis. There's another. I mean, they play the hell out that game. They start off close and then they go far away and do it. Man, listen, bro, we can't do that. Drag racing. Black people been known to drive and race and street stuff, whatever. I think even Richard Pryor made a movie about being a black race car driver. We'll never dominate that sport. Never. You know what I'm saying? That's a side sport or a side activity for the MAGA group. We'll never be able to be a part of drag racing. And which leads me to my next one, which is log rolling. I don't think nobody black will ever dominate the sport of log rolling. Log rolling is the sport that the drag racers do when they're not doing drag racing. Same announcer from the MAGA meetings, everything. You don't want to get involved in log rolling or drag racing. And which leads me to my last one, which is cheese rolling. I don't know if you ever seen this one, but they throw a log of cheese down the hill and everybody runs down the hill to try to catch it. They wind up falling, bumping, and rolling over, breaking bones and all that. We're not going to do that. Black people are not going to do that. We're not going to hurt ourselves on purpose, put it like that. We're not for any sport, you know what I mean, to say this is fun. That's not fun for us. And I do have hockey down there as a sport that black people would never dominate, even though in this early beginnings, black people were part of hockey in Canada and all that. We won't get involved in that simply because it's too cold. It's just we don't play sports in the cold. Not most black people. So we'll never dominate that. Even if we're good at it, we'll be good for one game and quit. We just don't deal with the cold like that. So that's my 5 sports that black people will never dominate.
I like this. I like that 5. I like that 5. That 5 is better than my 5. Mo, give me your 5. What's your 5?
All right. Oh, all right. Here, get my 5. Number 5, cross country skiing. Ain't no black people gonna do no cross country skiing. We don't even like going cross country. I got a hard time when somebody asks me to take them cross town. I don't know. Cross country skiing ain't gonna be dominated by black people.
That's
Roller derby. Like Howie said, we ain't gonna get up there and just hurt ourselves and allow somebody else to hit us at the same time. We might go to the roller rink. You know what I'm saying? In New York, when I was growing up, it was the Empire Roller Skating Rink, Wednesday night, ladies free. Boston, it was Chez Vu's, Sunday night. Now, we'll go on roller skate and bounce, rock, skate, roll, but we're not going to fight on roller skates. Just ain't going to do it.
Bounce, rock, skate, roll. Go ahead, keep going.
Tobacco spitting.
I don't know, Mo. I grew up down south. Old brothers with that.
We ain't dominating tobacco spit. I don't care. I know there's some brothers down there that can spit a thing of tobacco, but no, nobody spits tobacco like a white boy in the overalls with a Von Dutch hat on. Wife carrying. That's a sport for real. Wife carrying. Listen, I get upset if my wife want cheese on her burger all of a sudden in the middle of the order. I'm not carrying her nowhere. I had belly flopping down there, but somebody said it on Friday, belly flopping, so I changed it up. Any competition with eating food, Nathan's hot dog eating competition, pie eating competition, black people, we ain't doing that. That's a waste of food. We'll be trying to make doggy bags to take home before we win the competition. They be like, you coming to the cookout on the 4th of July? Yeah, I just got to stop over at Coney Island to this hot dog eating contest. I got the hot dogs for the day.
That's your list? Okay, that's your list. That's your list. Okay, so Brother Jay, give me your list, bro.
Well, first, let me get the crossover out the way. I'm not surprised that me and Howie chose cheese rolling. I think Howie undersold it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole premise is so messed up. Ain't no way black folks touching that, bro.
At all.
Yo, Frank, they roll a big ass wheel of cheese down the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
How we say a hill? They do a mountain, bro, and they go chase it. Go for holes, part man. They be tearing ACLs, dislocating kneecaps.
Everything.
And the prize is the cheese. Ain't no money in it.
Yeah.
Bro, we ain't never messing with that. Yo, they got that forever. Number four, yachting. We ain't never taking over yachting, bro. First off, you need a serious bag just to have boats and organized people that got to volunteer to practice and get good at it and stuff. Plus, man, we don't, we a bunch of white people with boats. You know what I'm saying? That ain't our hangout spot. You know what I'm saying? The last time that happened, it wasn't great for us. Number 3, bullfighting.
Yeah.
You ain't never gonna see no Tyrones, no Rashans, the bullfighter, bro. I'm telling you.
Nah.
Mexicans and the white Spanish got that on lock forever. We ain't never doing that. Number 2, I'm sticking with the bulls. We ain't never gonna kill rodeo, bro.
Ever.
Never. Have you ever seen a bull, bro? Them things like 2,000 pounds of pure muscle.
Yeah.
What brother gonna say, sign me up for that, man? Put me in the back of that thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what happens. Never.
Never. Yeah.
And the number one spot for me, because it don't even make sense, catfish noodling.
What?
You know what catfish noodling is?
No.
Catfish noodling is when you take your hand and you stick it in some of the stinkiest, smellingest, rottenest stuff you can, and you go to a river and you stick your hand inside a catfish hole and wait for the catfish to bite your whole fist.
And you pull it
And
out.
you pull up about a
I saw
40-pound catfish hanging onto your hand. That's how you catch it.
I saw that.
We
before.
ain't never messing with that.
Never. Kev, you got a hard act to follow. Go ahead. It's on you.
Wow. All right. I'm gonna go with low hanging fruit and say swimming. Brothers, I know sisters don't swim, but I don't think brothers want to do that too much either. Just not one of the things that we do. Badminton. We ain't gonna do badminton. I don't even see us doing tennis. Never mind badminton or ping pong, anything like that for the paddle. Speed skating. I don't see us again participating in cold weather sports. We don't do that. And the last one, archery. Even though it involves like shooting at a target, you don't want to waste time with your bow and arrow. I'm good.
Okay, so now it's time to move on to the next one where we at. All right, the next one is going to be because we got these lists. Next one is top 5 teams in the NBA that shouldn't have made the playoffs. Now, this is what this subject I like about this subject that we're going to bring up is it's not necessarily statistically, we didn't put statistically. We are doing the question as to you. What are the top 5 teams in the NBA that shouldn't have made the playoffs? Doesn't even have to be this season. It expanded over the history of the NBA. Whichever teams stood out to you. I personally, I did low hanging fruit because I started my list late. I did my whole hanging fruit, and I did mostly things that are recent. So I'm gonna jump off with in 2020. I'm gonna say the Utah Jazz because they were up on the Nuggets 3-1, and then guess what happened? The Nuggets came back and beat them. That's the only thing on my list was a team that wasn't swept. The other one on my list is the Oklahoma City Thunder. They were swept by the Pelicans 4-0 in 2024. They really shouldn't have been in the playoffs. And they barely got in by the skin of their teeth anyway. And then Howie's team, the Detroit Pistons, in 2019, they were swept by the Bucks. And I don't even know how they even made the playoffs, because they won extra games. I was like, how are they even in the playoffs? I was a little suspect about that. My number 2 team is the New Orleans Pelicans. The New Orleans Pelicans, they were swept in the first round in 2024 by the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I don't know why they even got in the playoffs, and they ended up getting a couple people fired because they were trying to get that number 1 pick too. So I don't even know how that all worked out. And the number 1 was in 2024 when the Phoenix Suns got swept in the first round by the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I was shocked that even got that far because you all remember this. They had Kevin Durant on the team. And everybody thought at the beginning of that season they were supposed to be doing some work, and they ended up getting swept, which was horrible. So that's my teams that should have never made the playoffs. Howie, I know you got a list. Give me a list. Talk to me.
All right, I got the 2021-22 season Atlanta Hawks. 43 wins, 39 losses. They came in as an AC, the playoffs. Lost to the Miami Heat, one game to 4, and that's when they had Trae Young was there, Hunter and Capella. That was kind of the beginning of that squad. You know what I'm saying? But they shouldn't have been there that year. 2004-2005 New York Knicks, 33 wins, 49 losses, made the playoffs, got swept by the Heat. They had Marbury, they had Crawford, Hardaway, all that. That's crazy. They did not deserve to be in the playoffs that year at all. Got bounced. I got the 2006-2011 Orlando Magic. They had 40 wins that season, 42 losses. They got swept by my boys, the Pistons, in the first round. They had Dwight Howard on that squad back then. Maybe he was wearing them dresses and carrying the man purses on his way in. Got swept. And then I got the 2014-2015 season of the Brooklyn Nets. They had 38 wins and 44 losses. All these teams getting in the playoffs with more losses than wins is crazy. They got swept. I mean, not swept, but they lost 4-2 in the first round against the Hawks.
Yeah, that's a pretty good list. I like
Oh,
that
hold
list.
on. I got my last one, my fifth one. I'm sorry, man. How can I leave you out? Boston Celtics, 2003-2004 season.
You could have left them out, Howard. You could have left them out.
The Boston Celtics, they had 36 wins and 46 losses. Why was they even in the playoffs? They came in as a 7th seed and they got swept by the Pacers, bro, that season. That was crazy.
I remember that year. Horrible. Mo, give me your list.
My list ain't as extensive as you guys. You know, I got this kind of late. Y'all text this out, late. But I do want to say that I felt like the Milwaukee Bucks, the championship team, that was the luckiest team out there. They should have never went as far as they did. With Giannis, Portis, all them, I don't see them. They would never, ever repeat with that team again. Of course, now it hurts me to say this, the Knicks were lucky. We had a strike year, the 1999 Knicks. It was in a strike year. We came alive at the right time, but we didn't belong there because once we got up against San Antonio, we were suspect.
Mm-hmm.
We were suspect. The Boston Celtics, of course, I'm going to put the Celtics right after the Knicks so I can feel better about myself. You're right, Howie. They are horrible. They got their ass whipped. Shouldn't have been there. And I think one of the questions is name 5 teams that this Boston Celtic team that won a championship that they can beat. I don't think we can come up with 5 teams this new Boston Celtic team can beat. And that's my list for y'all.
Ooh, he threw daggers in that while he did his list. Ooh, that sounded kind of personal. All right, Mo, I see you. Wait till tomorrow when I get prepared. Wait till tomorrow.
Wow.
Brother Jay, hey, give me yours, bro.
Well, first off, me and Howie wants to get on the same page with one of these. 2004 Boston Celtics, bro. Them boys went 36 and 46. They had superstars like Dana Barris and Vin Baker and Rafe LaFrance. And you wonder how they got swept into Cancun. You know what I'm saying? Indiana did short work with them boys, man. I mean, come on, son. Now, number 4 for me is pretty obvious. I'm going to say the 97 Clippers. Once again, losing record, same as Boston, 36-46. And they ran into the number 1 seeded Utah Jazz, who promptly told them, going back to the crib, you don't belong here. Then number 3, they had a winning record, man, but I got to say they didn't belong either. 94 Seattle Supersonics. Lost in the first round to the 8-seeded Denver Nuggets. And they went up 2-0 first. And let the 8 seed come back and beat them 3 straight times. You never should have been there, bro. Get on up out of here. Number 2 for me, I'm going to go 85-86 Bulls. Only because y'all set this standard saying that anytime you lose in the playoffs, you trash, right? If you don't win a championship, you're the best player, you trash. So let's talk about the 85-86 Bears. Bulls getting swept up out of there by Larry Bird and them boys, right? You know what? I'm gonna go 2-8. I'm gonna go 87-88. Chicago Bulls again. Ran into Larry Bird and them boys and got swept up out that thing again. That's 0-6. Michael Jordan, 2 playoffs in a row. In the number 1 spot, I'm going 89 Bulls. Because they won, the first round against trash Cavaliers. Cleveland. Cleveland was terrible back then because they always been terrible before LeBron got there. So they went to the second round, ran into the Pistons, and they got a gentleman sweep. They lost that thing 4-1. Gentleman sweep. You only got one out of 5? Let's go, baby. Bulls, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. 3 teams that are the 3 worst teams ever.
I just had I had to give you a banner, bro, to let you stick it because I'm getting tired of you shooting. You've been shooting sparks and shooting, shots fired. You and Mo, man. Y'all. I don't understand what's going on here. So
I'm attacking the coach, man. I'm attacking the coach, trying to wake him up.
That's what it is.
He took some L's in his career.
That's what it got to be. All right, go ahead, Kev. Give me yours.
All right, real quick. 2001, Minnesota, when they beat up on Houston. Houston had Steve Francis, Hakeem, and Coutinho. They got beat up by many. Let's see, New Orleans Pelicans over OKC. That series, no one thought that the Pelicans should have even been there. That was quick and easy, though. Let's see. Utah Jazz, when they beat up on the Phoenix Suns, 2008, 2009. Phoenix had Shaq, Amari Stoudemire, and Stephen Nash. And Utah took it to him. I think they swept them. Let's see. Dallas, when they had Dirk Nowitzki, beat up on Phoenix Suns. That was 2013, 2014. And last but not least, Denver snuck up on Golden State. Golden State had Steve Jackson, Barry Davis, Monte Ellis, and Denver had Carmelo and my man AI.
Okay. I see your list. All right, let me move on. Because I got to keep this thing going on. I'm gonna keep this thing going on. We're getting ready to talk now about podcasters. Steve, do me that clip. Do me that Julian Edelman podcast clip. So just give you guys a setting idea of what's going on. Go ahead.
They're stating that, listen, is there statute of limitations? I mean, I'm not going to jail on your podcast.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Double jeopardy, bro. It's gone.
That's a good point.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're getting ready to give you. For those of you sitting at home, that's what we call a podcast. You're sitting at one person talking to another person, or you're getting in. For those of you, anybody sitting under a rock and has no idea what a podcast is, this list literally is a list of the top 5 athlete podcasts that you love or hate. Hence me playing the Julian Edelman podcast. Julian Edelman was a former Patriot wide receiver. Now, what I did for me in my list was I combined podcasts that I hate and that I loved. So starting with number 5 for me, I love this podcast, and it's the Dan Patrick Show. I love it because of the simple fact Dan Patrick is straight to the point. He gets a lot of athletes, former athletes and stuff like that to come on the show, and they talk, and they just have real conversations. I love that. I also love Colin Coward's The Herd with Colin Coward because he does the exact same thing, but I love his long soliloquies that he does. I love that. But I hate my number 3, can't stand it, is the Pat McAfee Show. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of I don't even want to put him down too much. I'm just not a fan of the way he talks a lot to these people, and he's such a fan of Aaron Rodgers. It should be called Aaron Rodgers Podcast. That's what it should be called to me. Number 2 for me is my favorite podcast in the world. It's All the Smoke with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. These dudes have one of the funniest podcasts. They crack me up with the athletes getting in, they tell true stories, real stories, stuff that happened behind the scenes, all while they smoking a blunt or had smoked a blunt or do whatever they do. I love that. But the number 1 podcast that I really don't like at all, and it's funny that I'm even having it as number 1 because of the lawsuit, is Club Shay Shay, with Shannon Sharp. I'm just not a fan of this podcast at all because I think his interviewing skills, he gets everybody else to go in there and he doesn't ask the great questions that are just sitting there to me, me that I do interviews and stuff. He doesn't ask the right questions that are sitting there like low hanging fruit. He just doesn't do it. And he keeps going on. He doesn't do his homework, or his team doesn't do his homework. Like when he sat there with Cat Williams, he just let Cat go on and on and on, and then start lying and exaggerating. And he does that with a couple of people. You know what I mean? I just use Cat Williams as an example. I just was like, this is just not a good podcast to me. But because of what happened, a lot of people loved it. So for me, I was like, yeah, that's not mine. Howie, what's your 5 that you love or hate?
You know what? I gotta say, man, we had a couple of the same Club Shay Shay, man. That's a weirdo. He's a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? I ain't into, Sterling Sharp like that, man. Shannon Sharp, Sterling Sharp, whichever one of shit, one of the brothers. I don't like his show. I just think, men that big shouldn't wear tight clothes. And just, it's probably stunting his interviewing skills that you're talking about. So I don't like him. Of course, the Pat McAfee show. Man, you mentioned him too. Like, he's a log roller. I don't want. He's a log roller, drag racer. He's a undercover MAGA. I don't like that guy. You know what I'm saying? And he'll do a show with the overalls with no shirt on, for real. Like, he got the whole style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's abrasive. Maybe that's what it is. I found this out. Looked at it, but I'm gonna take it again. Lance Armstrong has a couple podcasts. The cyclist Lance Armstrong, and I haven't seen it yet. One of them it's called Stages, and one of them is about the business of sports, and one of them is called The Move, and it talks about a lot about Tour de France and stuff like that. But his credibility is so shot. I don't even know how he has 2 podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Where he's talking about things and information, and people are taking him serious. One podcast that I love, I like, Nate Burleson has a podcast called The Process. Mm-hmm. Nate Burleson's dope. If you ever see him, man, ex-NFL player, play for a few teams, of course, including Alliance. He's great, man. I love the way he interviews, He's a great journalist in general. Podcast is dope. And my last and number 1 is same with you, man, Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, bro. That, All the Smoke. That is a great podcast. And I've met both of them brothers, and I've smoked with Matt Barnes. You know what I'm saying? So that makes it ever more special. And I did some community service with Steven Jackson in Flint, man. We gave away some water with Rasheed Wallace and all that kind of stuff. I like them brothers right there, man. They're some good dudes. So I check them out.
Well, I won't give you no points for smoking with them, but I like your list.
I like how we clean that up, man. He said community service. I envision orange jumpsuits. I know how Jack get down.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just because people, hey, look, we can smoke it. We can smoke and do service at the same time. It's okay.
I like that. Well, give me your list. Top 5 former athlete podcasters you love or hate.
All right, so I guess like the one I don't like, Gilbert Arenas. I don't like. He just be coming off on some wild. No wonder he got put out the league. You know what I'm saying? No wonder he ain't around no more. Agent Zero. Gilbert Arenas. No, sit your ass down. Draymond Green. I don't like his podcast either. Because, mind you, Draymond is a great defensive ball player, but he ain't a great defensive mind. When it comes to like saying things and predictions, he's worse than Charles Barkley, man, for real. I like All the Smoke. I love it. I've been watching all the clips they've been having with Mad Max lately. All the Smoke. And I love watching All the Smoke. Well, I get All the Smoke because I be smoking while they watching All the Smoke. That's how you watch All the Smoke. You got to smoke. I like Club Shay Shay. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I like Club Shay Shay. Shannon Sharp got it popping. He got Bobby Brown up there. He got everybody up there, man. Listen, I like Club Shay Shay. I may not like some of the people he interviewed, but I like Club Shay Shay. The way he does his introductions. And you know what, man? Keep going with it. I want some of that liquor too. I wouldn't mind being on Club Shay Shay. And Chris Canty can't stand his. He's just like gone. Like he took too many hits in the NFL. Chris Canty, let it go, bro. That's my list.
Yo, you know what? I like your list. Mad Max should get his own podcast too. I wanted to say that while he's doing that. That dude is hilarious.
He is hilarious.
Hilarious.
I think he has one.
Oh, he does. Okay, I'm gonna check into it. Go ahead, Jay. Give me yours.
All right, so let's get the overlap out the way. I'm with Mo on this. I love Club Shay Shay, man. I mean, you sitting around talking about he ain't Walter Cronkite. He played football, bro. He just sitting down. He's sitting down drinking liquor and just talking to people, man. That's all he doing in his living room, bro. I mean, you talking about, he ain't asking about inflation and tariffs. What the hell you want that man to talk about? Let cat cook, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let cat cook. You got him on there, let him roll.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Can't do it.
Number 4, I'm gonna start with one that I don't like. RG3 is corny, man.
Mm-hmm.
That dude, I mean, you know, he's everything that I've always disliked about Texans as a Southerner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's a perfect embodiment. I mean, like it's a wrong-brained approach to everything. And what he talks about is just way out there in left field. It's just he's just corny to me. Unlike you guys, I actually like Gilbert's Arena. They get it popping. I mean, like most shows, I think they about to come to blows up in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Thin Skin, Brandon Jennings, and Rashad McCants, who I think on the spectrum a little
Mhm.
bit. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like they be getting heated, bro. Him, Nick Young, and Nick Young can barely speak.
Mhm.
That's entertainment, bro. I wonder every time you start talking, is he gonna complete the sentence?
Mhm.
It's a cliffhanger every time. So I mean, I like Gil's Arena. Number 2 for me, I like you got to have all the smoke. They started it, kind of, if you think about it. You know, athletes successfully transitioning from, you know, the sport to having a banging podcast. But number 1 for me, and it's highly underrated. If you ain't seen it, I recommend checking it out. 7 p.m. in Brooklyn with Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Him
Yeah.
and Kid Mello, you know, it's a rotating host thing right now. But I mean, just last week he had Spike Lee on there, bro. I mean, they have.
Yeah.
It ain't even like sports based. I mean, they talk about all type of stuff, you know. But Melo's just a really chill, laid back dude, and they just let people flow, and it's always a good conversation.
Bro, I
7
just saw
p.m.
it for the first. I saw it for the first time when they were talking about Sinners with Spike Lee. I thought that was great. I hadn't even seen it before. So I liked it.
Yeah.
It was dope. Kev, give me yours.
All right. I'm gonna give you all the ones I don't like first. Starting with a little bit of crossover. Shannon Sharp, not a fan. Also
Big
not a fan
surprise.
of Gilbert. Not a fan of Gilbert Arenas. Not a fan of Pat Beverly. Not a fan of Paul George. The only one that I do like, kinda, and out of all of those mentioned, he gets like 2-3 steps ahead against all these other guys. Jeff Teague, I kind of like him.
I like T podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So let me look at the list. Let me see where I am. Okay. So here we go with the next list. Move that over here. Okay. And of course, now the video sticking. All right. All right. So now it's time for the top 5 star players that, in our opinion, that like I'm highlighting that part. In our opinion, no one cared about in any sport. You know what I mean? Like that were good. That, you know, it's got to be. Steve put up the banner at the bottom for me. Top 5 star players that no one cared about in any sport. So for me, I'm gonna start out. My number 5 is Monica Seles. Monica had a tennis career that was amazing. She turned pro in '89. Her last match in 2003, she won 9 Grand Slam titles. She was a former number 1 pick, former number 1 worldwide tennis player. And she was she's now a member of the Tennis Hall of Fame. And you could walk down the street and ask people in tennis, and they don't even know who she is. My next one from number 4 got to be Marvin Harrison, the wide receiver for the Colts. That boy should have had his face everywhere as much as he. Listen, if it hadn't been for him, Peyton Manning wouldn't be nowhere near he is right now, you know. But everybody talked about Peyton Manning and nobody talked about Marvin Harrison. So,
Yeah.
you know, my number 3, and I bet you everybody's going to agree with me on this panel. Everybody. It's got to be Trent Dilfer, who's the quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens, who ended up winning the Super Bowl for them. And not one person talk about Trent Dilfer winning the Super Bowl for the Baltimore. Everybody talking about everybody else, but Trent. Am I lying? Am I lying?
Nah.
Yeah, telling the truth, right? Hey, Trent Dilfer, like, matter of fact, a lot of people don't even know who Trent Dilfer was. They're like, I don't know.
They know him more as a broadcaster.
Right. Nobody even know who Trent Dilfer is. But Trent Dilfer was the quarterback of the next turn of the century Baltimore Ravens when they won the Super Bowl. People don't even talk about that. My number 2 is got to be Vladimir Guerrero Sr. And I think because he didn't speak English, he played for the
Montreal.
Expos, the Montreal Expos. Because he played for Montreal, number 1, and because he wasn't fluent in English, I think everybody overlooked him. But his stats are ridiculous when it comes to baseball. Absolutely ridiculous. And again, he didn't get a lot of sponsorship dollars. He didn't get a lot of anything. But my number one for me, it's got to be Clyde the Glide Drexler. I don't care what nobody says. Clyde the Glide at the time was a mimic of Michael Jordan to a certain extent. He didn't get as many scoring things and anything else, but because Jordan was in the league, everybody overlooked Clyde the Glide. Now, if Jordan had never existed, I think a lot of stuff would have went to Clyde the Glide, and he was doing a lot of work. So to me, that's my 5. And I was pretty proud of that list. I was like, this is a good list to me. You know what I mean? But Howie, give me your top 5 players that nobody gave a damn about, even though they were dope.
Well, I got people in sports, and I went on ahead and just kind of went deep with this one, man, because I went in a rabbit hole with this. Lita Andrews, she is the most winningest high school coach in the United States history of high school coaching. Over 1,400 games, bro. She's from Texas, Coach Granbury High School most of the time. Nobody gives a damn about her because you never even heard of this, because I never heard of her. And she won the most high school games out of anybody, still to this day, most winners record, Lita Andrews.
I give you that one.
Yeah, Alice Coachman. I'm about to take y'all deep, man. Alice Coachman, 1948 Olympics high jump gold. First African-American to win a gold medal in London at the London Olympics. In 48, she's from Albany, Georgia. She went to Tuskegee, played basketball for Tuskegee, ran track and field for Tuskegee. 1948 Olympian gold winner. Nobody knows about Alice Coachman. First black woman to ever achieve this, ever. John Woodruff. You know what he did? He won the 8-meter gold in 1936 Olympics. You know why you don't know about him? Because Jesse Owens won 4 that year. So nobody gives a damn about John Woodruff. Nobody cares about him. He's an American. He was white boy, though. He won in that Berlin Olympics 1 gold medal for the 8-meter. Usually that's a big deal just to win a gold medal in general. But Jesse Owens was so dominant, won 4. Nobody give a damn about John Woodruff. And they couldn't care less. Nobody cares right now. But I'm going to tell you something. I went and I was looking deep real fast. John Woodruff wound up living a good life. Went to the military, became a teacher, educator, all that stuff, and a coach. Jesse Owens, on the other half, wound up living a life of despair, worked at a gas station. Just his life was in shambles. Just let me know how racism ran so rampant back then, man. And it brought me to Wilma Rudolph, who won the 1960 Rome Olympics.
Oh, he went out.
Howie went out.
He's passionate too.
Yeah,
He is passionate. Look at, he is passionate.
he is.
What happened to Howie Mike?
And then he's stuck, and then he gets stuck, and he's still talking, and he's not hearing us.
Dang.
He's going in too.
Well,
You don't know about him. I don't know
Now it's
about
back.
him.
Now it's back.
We damn sure right. We don't know because we didn't hear a damn thing you said. Your whole mic went out.
We're just now.
Yeah, we
Oh,
don't know a damn thing. You didn't hear a damn.
Okay.
Your mic,
So where did I leave off at?
Number
Wilma
one.
Rudolph.
Number one.
Your mic disappeared like the Pistons did in the fourth quarter.
Oh, why? So, hey, nigga, this ain't got nothing to do with the Pistons. But I give you that. So the number one person is not the Pistons, but Marshall Major Taylor, which I never heard of, 1899, the very first black person to win an international world championship in any sport ever. Marshall Major Taylor won gold in 1899, won gold again in 1900.
Howie,
Come on, baby.
Howie, you cannot get 2 or
As
3
a
days.
cyclist.
You cannot get 2 or 3 days homework and be diving in on us like this, bro. You can't do it.
I got it this morning like everybody else, baby.
From now on, I'm giving you stuff like an hour before the show. All right, Mo. Hard act to follow. I'm glad I went first.
All right. Here go my. I don't know if they star players, but I know they people that people don't give a damn about. Number 5, Lamar Odom. Nobody gives a damn. Nobody gave a damn about Lamar Odom. That's why Lamar Odom started smoking crack. Nobody gave a damn about him. You talk about the Laker runs. Nobody talk about Lamar Odom unless they talk about him being with one of the what's some girl's name that mess with every black man? The Kardashians.
The
You only talk about
horse.
Lamar Odom if
Yeah.
you smoking crack or being with a Kardashian. His NBA career is null and void. Master P. Remember Master P tried out for the Toronto Raptors? You don't give a damn about Master P thinking he can play basketball. Get off the court. Nah, you can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? Nobody give a damn about Master P thinking he can play basketball.
That's true.
Charles Barkley. Nobody gave a damn about Charles Barkley not winning a ring. We knew he wasn't going to win a ring. He was in Phoenix, and when he did that feeble attempt over in Houston, nobody give a damn about that. And I get tired of him talking about these super teams when they tried to buy him a ring and they couldn't even get him a ring off of layaway. Charles Barkley, nobody give a damn about Charles Barkley. Number 2, Rollo from Sanford and Son. Nobody cared about Rollo. They treated Rollo real bad. Every time Rollo came on the scene, he was a crook, a criminal. Nobody gave Rollo benefit of doubt. You know what I'm saying? He paid his debt to society. If Rollo was around today, that'd be labeled as abuse, verbal abuse. Nobody gave a damn about Rollo. And my number 1 that nobody gave a damn about, the second Lionel on the Jeffersons. Nobody give a damn about the second Lionel on the Jeffersons. We want the first Lionel on the Jeffersons. Mike Evans, not David Evans, the second Lionel on the Jeffersons. Nobody give a damn about him either. That's my list.
I like your list, bro. I like your list.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, hilarious. All right, go ahead, Jay. That's a tough act to follow.
And actors are players, by the way.
That's right.
I'm gonna start. Andre the Hawk Dawson, bro. Andre was a phenomenal baseball player, and it took that man like how many? Like 10 ballots. I mean, like a crazy amount of ballots to get into the Hall of Fame. To me, that was a travesty. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 400 plus home runs. I mean, he's almost 280 hitter. It's crazy to me. Number 4 for me. I won't say the fans didn't care, but his team damn sure didn't care about him. Dominique Wilkins. Dominique Wilkins was all the Hawks have ever had when it came to a superstar. And they traded that man to the cesspool Donald Sterling-owned LA Clippers. I'm sorry, they traded him and a first-round draft pick to the Clippers for Danny Manning. To do that to that man, you don't give a damn about that brother, man. Straight up. Crazy. Send him to the worst organization in all of sport. You didn't care. Number 3, the 12th player on every WNBA roster. Nobody gives a damn. You hear me? Nobody. Hey, she could be mixing Gatorade for all they care. We don't care. Straight up. Number 2, I'm gonna go every Olympic athlete to finish last. Nobody cares.
I finished last.
Name the country. Name the country. We don't care that you went. Where did you fit last? Nobody cares, bro. And then number 1, who I think is one of the biggest ridiculous things for me. I still even know who this dude's name is, but I don't care if I know who he is. White Mamba, Brian Scalabrine. Nobody cares, bro. How you got a nickname, the White Mamba? Nobody cares about Brian Scalabrine, man. Nobody.
You coming for me. You coming for me and my boys today. I don't understand. I understand. You coming for me, my boys today. Versus the Celtics.
White Mamba.
Wait, I'm saying I noticed the dig with the Celtics. I noticed the dig with the Jordans. I'm seeing you, Jay. I'm seeing you, Jay. I'm just letting you know.
We don't care.
I'm seeing you today. Go ahead, Kev. Give me your list.
All right. I just went with all basketball players just to keep it simple. First one on my list, and these are in no particular order, but seems like nobody cares about my man, Jason Tatum. As much as he does or tries to do or whatever, they still don't give him no love. I don't think people really cared about Reggie Miller. I think a lot of times he was one of those guys that people love to hate. But I don't think as good as he was, people didn't really care. Another one that they didn't care about, and good stats and good player, but no, I don't think anybody cared about John Stockton. Not like that.
That's a good one.
And I don't think this guy gets the credit that he really deserves. And I think that is just because he was so quiet. People really don't care about Tim Duncan.
It's fair.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good list. That's a good list. All right, so for the next section, we're gonna talk about beast mode. Like the other day, we had a conversation about top 5 players who switched to beast mode in any sport. Before I even do that, let me let you guys see a video of what beast mode actually is by the man who got the name beast mode. Steve, play it.
As opposed to when the Saints have the ball. Oh, look at this run. What a run. Marshawn Lynch still on his feet. Has blockers now. He's dancing his way.
Okay, now, if you're sitting at home and you're not understanding what we mean, that's what we mean. That's what we mean. We mean beast mode. We mean somebody who turned it on and they turned it on in a ridiculous set. So for number 5 for me, I'm going to go with the easy low-hanging fruit first. Michael Jordan, he turned it to beast mode, and he did it when on his first playoff run, his first time ever, when he was basically not his first playoff run itself, but his first time he ended up facing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like he turned into beast mode when he hit that shot. I had to put him there for that, especially that game-winning shot. So that's number 5 for me. I want to go with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. because when he came out, Junior was better than Senior. You know what I mean? Senior was really dope too, but Junior ended up being beast mode. For Zion Williamson comes in for number 3 for me because in college, when he turned on that beast mode switch, especially when he knew all the scouts was looking at him that time during that game, he literally turned to a beast. And I think it's even the same game he broke out his sneakers. And I had never saw that before. I don't think any of us have ever seen a basketball player try to fake and juke and move and he busts out his sneakers. That's number 3 for me. Number 2 got to be Saquon Barkley, and we all know why. This past season, when he did his beast mode coming out and joining the Philadelphia Eagles, he turned it on almost every game. And number 1 for me is the man who we all are naming this section after is obviously beast mode himself, is Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch is beast mode, so that's low hanging fruit for me, and that's my easy one for me. Mo, give me yours.
All right.
I'm sorry. Hold on, Mo. I'm sorry. I meant Howie. I'm sorry. Hold on, Mo. I'll come to you in a second. Go ahead, Howie. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Man, it's all good. Man, you know what? Keeping in the spirit of African American, Willie Mays, bro. 660 home runs, bro. Played Negro League for the Birmingham Black Barons before he went to the Giants in 51. He was beast mode, old school beast mode, man. Willie Mays was the man, steals, home runs, everything. I mean, you name it, bro. He put a baseball game on his back. Kobe Bryant, kind of without being said, that's the black Mamba, opposite of the white Mamba.
In every way.
Yeah, in every way. I've seen Kobe Bryant play. I remember when I was living in LA, man, them games just come on like 1 in the afternoon on KCAL 9. And I just remember moving there and just watching during the daytime Lakers. I wasn't used to that coming from Detroit, but I was watching this dude play, man, live. That guy was incredible, man. If you ever really sat and watched Kobe Bryant play, it's unbelievable. I got Babe Ruth on my list as well because I never seen a player, even to this day, predict where they was going to hit the ball and did it and win. And so that, to me, that's beast mode. You know what I'm saying? In a whole nother fashion and with baseball as well. Michael Jordan. Can't have Kobe Bryant on the list without Michael Jordan, obviously. And he was, the beast mode, even though I didn't like Jordan coming from Detroit, but got to give it to him. He was ultimate in beast mode when it came to NBA. And my number one pick for beast mode, you're going to like this right here, Frank. Tom Brady. Tom Brady, bro. I mean, it's nothing you can do. Love him or hate him. If he had a chance to win the game, he's going to win the game. There's no question about it. I mean, it just happened. Like, I mean, you knew what he was going to do, and you couldn't stop it. And that is called beast mode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like
Those
that.
are my picks.
Go ahead, Mo. Give me yours.
All right. This one here, I think this was more of the event than a particular beast mode, but there was a winner. But the Hagler Hearns fight, them two right there, them first three, that first round,
That was crazy.
both of them were in beast
Both
mode.
of them.
Yeah.
Both of them. I mean, and the only reason I guess I'm saying it because I was just watching a documentary called The Four Kings. You know what I'm saying? I forgot about that, man. That was a wild 3 round. But that first round, two men just going straight all out. Someone said the other day, Reggie Jackson, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Mr. October,
Yeah.
you can't deny that's beast mode right there. And it kept me to go in line that, Derek Jeter, another Yankee, beast mode, because the pinstripes is what get him. We don't wear socks that got different colors. You know what I'm saying? Mariano Rivera, straight beast mode. He only had one pitch. That was it. It ain't like he had a whole catalog of pitches. He had one pitch, and you know what he said? You're going to get struck out. And he struck everybody out. Derrick Henry, I put him down for beast mode because it's just ridiculous how he throw grown men around the field. But my last one that I put in for beast mode, Derrick Henry was an announcement. Adebisi from Oz. Adebisi on Oz, straight beast mode. He took care of the tits. When they came in, he did everything. Adebisi on Oz had Oz on smash.
He sure did. And that's exactly what he did. A lot of. He did. Yeah. All right, Jay. You got a tough act to follow. Keep going.
Again, let's get the overlap out the way. 3 home runs in one game. That's beast mode, bro. In the World Series, Reggie Jackson, bro, 77. That's beast mode. So number 4 for me, I'm gonna go, especially because of the team that he did it to. It warms my heart. Eric Dickerson in the 85 NFC playoffs. When he ran over them Dallas cow patties. 248 yards and 2 tubs.
Ooh.
In a 20-0. Why did y'all come to the stadium? You know what I'm saying? 248. That's still a record right now. Nobody's broken that. What was that, 40 years ago? Number 3. Number 3. Doug Williams. Doug Williams in the Super Bowl. He put first of all, he beat down Denver 42-10. The boy threw for what I got down here? 340 yards, but he threw 4 touchdowns, all 4 in the second quarter. That's going beast mode, bro. Before halftime, he broke their spirits. It was over when they came out at halftime and saying the prayers. It was a wrap on that joint. Number 2 going beast mode. Isaiah Thomas in the 88 NBA Finals. The man dropped 43 in the game and 25 in a quarter on a severely sprained ankle, man. That man was out there one leg and dropped 25 in a quarter.
Yes,
if that ain't beast mode, I ain't never seen it. And number 1, this is for Kev. Forget a game. We ain't talking about a game. I'm talking about a series. LeBron Ramon James. 2018 finals. Almost average a triple dub. 34, 10, and 9. 34, 10, and 9, Kev. That's beast mode, baby.
What's his name again? What's his name? LeBron what?
LeBron Ramon James. Raymond.
Jay, you are funny today. You are funny today. Give me your list, Kev.
Wow, that's funny. All right. Unfortunately, I don't have the years for these, but I'm going to start with some dunks. Mr. James Jones Jr., when he was on Miami Heat, he dunks a vicious left-handed, coming down like after a spin move and banged it on everybody on Orlando Magic. Kyrie dancing on PJ Tucker. Kyrie was on Dallas. PJ Tucker was on the Clippers. Kyrie danced on him, played with them, and then did a fall-away jumper in the corner in his eye. Nasty. This kid, Jalen Green, played for Houston, I believe. He did a left-handed dunk, crossover, swung him, and did a left-handed dunk on the whole Atlanta team. Vicious. And Anthony Edwards against everybody. When he dunks on somebody, he's dunking on the whole team. He's an animal to go in beast mode with it. And last but not least, of course, Marshawn Lynch, the game where he earned that name, beast mode. He was playing against the Saints, and he was brushing everybody off. They were trying to tackle him. He made it all the way to the end zone, scores a touchdown. Beast mode was born then.
Okay.
That's my list.
All right. Okay, guys. So I'm looking at the time. We gotta get wrap that up. Before I want to just give thanks to White Chocolate in the background. Helped me a lot, tremendously. Thank you for the videos today, White Chocolate. I love it. Appreciate that. Today.
Anytime, guys.
You want to say one statement before you roll up out of here, White Chocolate?
Do we have time for one quick video?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's go.
This is one sport that you guys forgot that black athletes will not dominate.
Okay, what was that? What was that?
Water polo.
Water polo.
That was the U.S. men's Olympic team in water polo. I looked at their roster and there was only one black athlete on the joint there. So, thank you for that. Appreciate it, Frank.
Well, Steve picked out a great one. Why? Because that it combined two sports. One is polo and one is swimming with water. Black folks say we ain't doing that.
Yeah, you could throw a few more in there. You could throw in synchronized swimming with that too. I don't think they can do that.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
So they move it, to the shallow end of the pool.
Right.
We ain't doing that.
We gonna kill them.
Right.
Maybe shallow and like coming up to our ankles, maybe. Yeah, but other than that, we ain't doing that. Howie, tell us everybody out there how they can follow you, bro.
Oh man, as usual, follow me at Howie Bizzell, HOWIEBIZZELL. Type in Howie Bell in the search engine. You got me.
Yeah, great show, great show. Thanks, Howie. Maurice Smith, tell everybody how they can follow you, bro.
Always Mo_comic on Instagram. Also Dysfunctional Rev. Maurice Smith on Facebook.
There it is. Filmmaker Jason Hayes.
At JD Hayes on Fanbase.
There it is. Kev Lane.
Box seats, Humanville, baby, right here.
And since White Chocolate has joined us, how can we follow you, bro?
Right here on Box Seats with you guys, and on Boston Straight Shooters with Frank and myself every Wednesday.
Okay, guys, thank you all for tuning in. We're going to be back tomorrow. We're doing the same thing again. We're going to give you our list of what we combined again on the show called Box Seats. It's on the Humor Mill channel. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow. You can check out the repeat on YouTube and subscribe, and obviously follow and tell your friend to tell a friend. Thank you all. See you tomorrow.
That's what's up.